Hello there, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of TA with MK. My name is MK. Today's episode, we're going to discuss three coins, XRP, Solana, and AVAX. And what we're discussing in today's video, for those of you that are newer to this concept, is market cap based on where the circulating supply for a coin previously was at or near its all-time high, and where that same market cap would bring the price of the coin at today. Now, in this video, we're not going to spend any time going into the tokenomics of these coins, but just kind of in a nutshell, one thing that a lot of people that are newer to crypto don't understand about these coins is that they have what's called a circulating supply, and as time goes on, that changes. And so therefore, you know, the amount of coins that were back in 2021, which is a couple of the coins we're going to go over, that's when their previous all-time highs were. The amount of coins that were available or that were circulating at the time has changed between then and now, to where now there's more coins that have been unlocked. And so even if the market cap or the amount of money that's in that coin reaches that same all-time high as it previously did, you'll see once we go through the process in this video that the new price of that coin, even with the same amount of money, would actually be lower. How much lower obviously differs from coin to coin and how much of the overall supply has been unlocked, but we're going to go over three examples in today's video. Again, it's XRP, Solana, and AVAX. That being said, I hope you guys do get some value out of today's video, and as always, if you're enjoying the content, please remember to like and subscribe, and let's jump into it. It's TA with MK. It's TA with MK. Alright, so the three coins we're going to discuss in today's video, which is Ripple, XRP, Solana or Sol, or Avalanche or AVAX. I've got the information that is pertinent all neatly organized here on this little chart or this notepad on my computer. And what we're going over is the all-time high for that coin, or at least close to it. I'll explain why I don't have the exact number once we get over to one of the websites that I use to come up with these figures. It'll make more sense, but we're going to go over, the all-time high or close to for the coin, what the market cap was at that price, what the circulating supply was at that price, and then we're going to fast forward to one of the current prices from today on that coin, what the market cap was at that point, and what the new circulating supply for that coin is, fast forward from one bull run to the next. And then from there, we'll use another fancy website that I'll leave a link in the description for after we discuss it, where we're going to take what the market cap was, or what the market cap is for the coin now at its current price. What percentage of a gain would that require in order to reach its all-time high market cap? And if we take the price, the current price, and times it by that same percentage, what new price would we get? And what we're trying to determine here is, with the new coins that are in supply for each of these three coins, XRP, Solana, and AVAX, if we reach the same market cap as we previously did when that coin was at or near its all-time high, what new price will we be at now? Because what you're going to discover in this video is that even if the same exact amount of money pumps into these coins, the price will not reach what it did before. But we can compare these three coins and get an idea of maybe which coin or coins have more upside than the others, and then in future videos we can start to apply this to really any coin to at least get an idea of, hey, if you believe that the coin that you're holding can at least get back to its same market cap, you can see what price would be required for that. And then from there, you can also take this a step further and figure out what market cap would be required in order for these coins to actually hit their all-time high price again. All right, so moving on, I'll leave a link in the description of each of these websites that I will be using in today's video to provide this data to you. The first one that we're going to use just for the crypto pricing history of these three coins is coincodex.com. This is just kind of a nifty site where you can come up here, select an exact date and a time. So for example, the first coin, which we're going to go over in a few minutes, is XRP. I can put that on the 7th of 2018, which is when it hit its all-time high. At 12 p.m., the coin was at $3.45. I can look over here and see what the market cap was and what the circulating supply was at the time. And I'll have that for all three coins, but they'll all be that same website, coincodex.com. I'll also be using CoinGecko.com. This is just a website I prefer to use. There's this one and CoinMarketCap.com are two of the more popular ones, but this is the website that I use to see what the current price of the crypto, or the top 50s or 100 or whatever, what the market cap is currently for these coins, and of course what the current circulating supply is. And then of course from there I'll also be using TradingView charts for each of these coins just to kind of show where the price is now, what the price is, what the all-time high was, what the percentages are from from one point A to point B, and so on. And then to kind of end the video out, we're going to talk just briefly about the total 3, kind of use a simulated Bitcoin price projection to determine maybe what amount of money could flow into the altcoins based on the Bitcoin price, and also based on the Ethereum price and the Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance. I will briefly explain these things when we get to that point in the video, and I'll have future videos as we start to dive into each individual coin where we'll break this down a little more in depth. In this video, I'm just going to touch briefly on each of these topics as we kind of go through it, and most of that will be at the end of the video. And then last but not least, I'll be using a website, the www.calculator.net. This is just a nifty website where you can come in here and put down a certain number, and if it increases by X%, it equals X number. You can also do what is this percentage of this, or this is what percentage of this. It's just a very good website for figuring out percentages. In fact, it says right here that's the percentage calculator, or the percentage calculator in common phrases, or what's the difference between this number and this number in a percent. And the one that I'm going to primarily use in this video is this one down here that says percentage change calculator. And when we get to each individual coin, of course, that'll make more sense, but I will leave a link in the description. This is a pretty nifty site, and I use it quite frequently. Okay, so one final disclaimer before I jump into everything is just understand that I'm going to be going through this pretty quick. I don't want the video to be 20 minutes long or something like that. So, you could take any one of these examples that I go through, and if I'm going too fast for you or you're not quite understanding it, just go to that section, put me at like 0.75, speed, or 0.5 speed here on YouTube. My voice will sound like this, but at least I'll be talking a little bit slower and you'll be able to keep up. Either that or just rewatch the video a couple of times. But anyway, I'm going to dive into it now. Okie dokie. So the first coin we're going to go over is Ripple, or XRP. Its all-time high was achieved actually not this past bull run, but the previous one. And that was because, of course, for those of you that followed Ripple, it had a lawsuit going on, an SEC case. I don't know a ton about that. We're not discussing that in today's video, but it was one of the few, I guess, big top 20 coins from the previous cycle that didn't make a new all-time high. There was a few other ones, I believe, but it's one of the more notable ones. So its all-time high was actually achieved on January 7th of 2018. Now, like I discussed earlier in the video, it won't have the exact price, and especially on a coin like XRP where it kind of differed from exchange to exchange. But if we go back over here to my coin codex, like I said earlier, we can see that at least at 12 p.m. on 1/7, it was at $3.45. It had a circulating supply of 38.15 billion, and its market cap was 131.63 billion. So I go back over here, I input that information. Now to get the current price, market cap, and circulating supply, again, as I mentioned earlier, I use CoinGecko.com. Now this may have changed from when I first started making this video, but so just kind of ignore if it's just off by a few cents. In fact, XRP, you can see right now, is trading back below 70. It's at about a $38.5 billion market cap. And in order to find the circulating supply, it doesn't show it on CoinGecko just right here on the main page. You have to actually click on the crypto. It brings up more information over here. And in that area, you can see circulating supply is 54,736,825,690. So anyway, if we go back over here to my, first we'll back out of this, but when we go back over here to my WordPad here that I have typed up, I had, when I first made this earlier today, the price was actually at 71.5 cents about. So we're just going to go off of that. At that point in time, it was $39.2 billion market cap, and the circulating supply, 54.7 billion. So the next thing we're going to do is actually apply these numbers. So the first thing we're going to do is take the original, or not the original, but the current market cap, which for XRP is 39.2 billion. I'm going to type 39.2 over here in the first column. And then I'm going to leave the percent blank because we're trying to figure out what the percent is from that to its all-time high market cap, which is 131.63 billion. And then we're going to go ahead and hit calculate here. It's going to bring up a number for us. It says that the result is that is a 235.79% increase. So now what I'm going to do is clear out these boxes. And I'm going to put that 235.79% increase there. I'm going to go over here now to the current price, or sorry, I'm going to go over here to this box and put in the current price that I had, which was 0.7148, 0.7148. And so if the price increases by this same percentage, which would be bringing the market cap back to the same market cap it was back in 2018, I'll calculate that and it gives me a price of $2.40. So I must have been using a slightly different number earlier when I calculated this, or I just didn't add the 0.79% on here or something like that, but because I had 238, but I've updated that now on my chart over here, and it says 240. So now we can go over here to the XRP chart. We can see that, we'll go to the other one actually, that I've marked on here $2.40. And what we've basically calculated in a nutshell is that if the price of XRP reaches $2.40, that its market cap will be the same as what it was in 2018 when it was at $3.45. And the reason for that, going back to kind of what I started at the beginning of the video by saying, is that the circulating supply has changed. Initially in 2018, when it had its all-time high then, there was only 38.15 billion XRP coins in supply, or circulating supply, and as of today, the market cap, or sorry, the circulating supply was 54.7 billion. So it increased by like 16 billion in the supply. So because of that, even if the same exact money flows into it as it did back at that all-time high, we're going to still only get to $2.40, which would be about 43, almost 44% lower than that all-time high, or close to that all-time high. All right, next up, we've got Solana, or Sol, and I'm gonna go a little bit even quicker on this particular coin, just because we're just repeating ourselves essentially. But I figured if we did 3 coins on this video, hopefully it would stick a little better with you guys. So now we're back over to Coin Codex. I'm looking at when Solana hit its all-time high, which actually occurred on the 6th of November. Once again, I just picked 12 o'clock. Down here it has $251.87 as the all-time high price back then. Over here on my chart, I've jotted down that was the all-time high price. The all-time high market cap was 75.87 at that point. The supply was a little over 300 million at 301. And then if we go to CoinGecko and we look at the current Solana price and that same information, I came up with $148.27, 65.5 billion market cap, and the circulating supply has grown from 301 million up to 443 million. So now this new price projection, again, we're going to go over here to my calculator.net and plug in these numbers to come up with that. So we're going to take the current market cap of 65.5, type that in here. We're going to go over here to the equal and type in its all-time high market cap, which was 75.87. 75.87. We're going to hit calculate. That's a 15.83% increase. So now we're going to type 15.83% here in the percents box, delete both of these, and then we're going to take the current price of Solana, which when I put this chart together was 148.27. We'll type 148.27 in this box, and we're basically having it calculate for us that if 148.27 increases by 15.83%, then what would the new price of Solana be? And it calculated $171.74. And again, from there, we'll hop over to the Binance chart here on TradingView for Solana. I've marked down what that price was that we came up with, 171.74, the current price. And what this is telling us is that if Solana reaches that same market cap that previously produced a price of almost 200 and, well, we had 251.87. If it reaches 171.74, which we're only 16% away from, that will actually have the same amount of money in Solana as previously brought the price clear up to 251. Again, the difference there would be that the circulating supply, if we go back over to our chart, has changed from its previous all-time high of 440, or sorry, from its previous all-time high of 301.21 million, all the way up to now, as of the time of making this video, 443 million. Alrighty then, and one final example here on CoinCodex.com, our final coin, which is going to be AVAX. Again, here is the price history for AVAX as of the 21st of November, 6 p.m. of 2021. At that point, AVAX was at $136 per coin. market cap of just over 30 billion and a circulating supply of 221.77 million. We come over here to the current price on CoinGecko.com, scroll down, AVAX is in position 12, currently trading at $50.22. Its market cap 18.99 billion. And if we click on the coin again, we can go over here and see that its new circulating supply is 337 million coins. And now, just like the previous two times, we're going to hop over here to our percentage calculator, and we're going to clear out what I had in here previously. We're going to type first the current market cap of 18.33 billion. We're going to type over here the all-time high market cap, or what was close to that at least, at the 136.05 price, which was 30.17 billion. 30.17 billion. We're going to hit calculate. It's going to give us a percentage of 64.59. We're going to go ahead and type that now into the percentage spot. Delete these numbers again. And we're going to take the current price now, or at least the price at the time of making this video, which was 48.58. So we're going to type in 48.58. And I'm going to calculate that, and it's going to come up with the price of $79.95. Now, hopping over to the actual AVAX chart, just like we've done before, I've now put this horizontal line on here at $79.95. The blue line up here represents that price that was somewhat close to the all-time high price at 136.05. You can see that from here, that would be a 64.27% move. However, we would still fall short of our all-time high by a little over 80%. All right, guys, if you stuck with me to this point, I do appreciate it. I'm just gonna finish the video out by giving you a quick sneak preview as to basically what's to come on the channel. I'm gonna be putting out a series of videos over the next few weeks to a month or so, going over basically the majority of the popular top 50 coins, as well as a few lower cap coins that I think have potential to end up in the top 50. And how I'm going to be coming up with these price projections. So the first thing that we have to do, at least in my opinion, is come up with a Bitcoin projection. And that's, of course, the hardest part, because everything else, in my opinion, will have a trickle-down effect based on whatever the price of Bitcoin hits. But I'll be putting out some projections on if Bitcoin hits 100K, 120, something like 150, and maybe even in some moonshot of like 200,000. But I'm going to focus primarily on the more realistic targets, which in my opinion are anywhere from like 85,000 up to maybe like 125,000. And from that point, we're going to take that data and we're gonna figure out what the market cap of Bitcoin will be at if those prices are hit. Then we're going to look at a chart like Bitcoin dominance to determine kind of what the dominance could be at. And of course, that's another factor that we can't really predict ahead of time. But those of you that are new to this chart, just to quickly explain, all Bitcoin dominance is showing you is at any given time how much of the money that's in all of crypto is specifically in Bitcoin. So for example, right now, as Bitcoin just broke 70,000 and is at like a 1.4 trillion market cap, 53% of the entire money that's in all of crypto sits just in Bitcoin. So we should be able to pull what the Bitcoin dominance percent is at or near typically when Bitcoin tops. So say it's at something like 53%. We can figure out that if Bitcoin, using this calculator.net, if it hits a price of something like 100,000, once we've determined what its market cap would be, we can take that number. So let's just say it was like 3 trillion or something, right? We could say, well, 3 is 50% of what number? And of course, it's going to tell us that that's 50% of 6. So then that's going to give us what the total market cap, a projection for the total market cap of all of crypto. At that point, we'll be able to subtract what we think Ethereum will be contributing to that percentage by using the Ethereum dominance chart here on TradingView. And once we take the Bitcoin market cap, the Ethereum market cap, at least the projections based on these numbers, we can subtract those from the projected total crypto market cap, and that'll give us a number left over for total 3. Now, I've been breaking a lot of this down. You'll see that I have some numbers already here on the chart, so this is kind of just a sneak preview to the next video. But as we determine what we think that the total 3, which is just a chart that shows you what all the money that's in all the altcoins, so not Bitcoin and not Ethereum, and we'll be able to say, okay, this is the potential percentage gains that we have left. And then from that point, we can look at the different coins and decide, hey, depending on where they end up in the top 50 or top 100, what kind of potential price targets can we derive from that? Something, for example, like this beam chart, where the current price is at 0.04, and I have a projected price of about 13 cents, which would be about 221% above where the current price is now. We'll explain kind of in depth how I get to that price projection. So hopefully that's something that does sound interesting to you guys. I do appreciate you sticking through to the end of the video for those of you that have. And on your way out, if you haven't already, please do me a huge favor and remember to like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. It's TAVAX.